Hello. So we see how late this is. Okay, so there's a tiny bit of delay. Hello, everybody. Is this going? Apparently so. Okay, so there is a chat here, isn't there? So I'll just check that's running. Hello. And I've got me cup of tea. This is one of those moments in live streaming where it's always like waiting, just that sort of pause where you just see someone in their natural habitat. And that's basically what I'm doing here, drinking my cup of tea. Got my bottle of water. Now then. Maybe I don't need all of this. Well, actually I can do that. There you go. So this will be the first time I've tried this, so I'm going to check that this is all kind of running. And then I'll edit this bit out later, won't I? Or maybe I won't, maybe I'll just leave it in. I guess I could check on my phone. That's while we're patiently sitting here at the bottom of the base of the mountain. Let's see what happens if I look myself up. Oh, am I on the right Wi-Fi? Oof, thank goodness for that. Okay. This is the problem where if you type in torn hams, then you get all sorts of strange stuff come up. So I have to be careful about that. Oh, this is why I also wonder why I chose such a ridiculously long title. Okay. I know what I need to do. That's what I need to do, don't I? I need to follow my own link. Right, well, let's go in for this little experiment then. Apparently it says it's streaming. There's no guarantees. But we'll take its word for it. Tell you what I'll do. I'll keep you open over here. I'll keep an eye on this thread. All right. Another sip of tea. Oh, hello. 2 concurrent viewers. 2! Not including me. We might be onto something here. Hello. Alright, so this is good. Okay, so as I say, this is my this will be my first crack at this, so I've never really done live streaming before, so this is gonna be me trying things out. But we'll see how it goes. Hello, Adrian. Yeah. Anyway, thanks very much for your patience. So this is, if I can, I'm going to leave this up online afterwards. But I'll probably edit out all the bits where I've just been sat in silence, wondering what's going on. But now that I know that it's kind of working, let's get cracking. Okay. So hello. My name's Tom. And I'm going to be taking on this this adventure today. I should say from the start, I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to give myself like about an hour and a half, something like that, and see how far I can get. And then if it doesn't work out, if I don't get to the end, or if I get stuck in the maze, like somebody mentioned, then I will. Then I'll cut, and then I'll do a follow-up video later on. But for now, I'm gonna crack on. So this is the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, classic adventure game book, written by the genius of Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone, and the wicked illustrations of Russ Nicholson, which I'm sure influenced me as an illustrator over the years. And yeah, let's get stuck in. I should also say that I'm going to play this like I would have played it when I was about 14, where I'm not going to keep repeating. Yeah, I'm rolling my stats. I haven't started. We'll do that now. Hello, Ed. Okay. So, I mean, I guess you guys probably all know, but just for the sake of the video, I've done very quickly go through the setup. So basically, I have to set up my stats. I have down here the instructions to roll my stats, to roll for skill, stamina, and luck. And I should also point out that I've put a bit of music on in the background. This is all music that I've written to kind of go along with this. So I'm kind of going to try and play around with that. I've given myself a million jobs, basically, let alone taking on the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. But anyway, we'll crack on. So I'm going to kind of skip through, if I can, to make this as clear as possible, how to set up this game. Basically, I need to set up, I've got my adventure sheet here. And I've got my monsters encounter boxes on this sheet as well. And I need to set myself up as a character, so I'm going to roll for my stats first. So I've got 3 stats to deal with. I've got my skill stats, which says how good I am at fighting and stuff. So I'm going to roll 1 dice. Whew. Phew. Okay, not bad. I had a pen here. There it is. Okay. So for +6 means my initial skill will be 10. That's not bad. Okay, now I need to roll for my stamina, which, as it says here, you add 12 to it, and that shows you how, kind of like your health, basically. So I'll roll 2 dice and add 12. Oh God. All right, well, we'll see how we go. So that's 6 plus 12 is 18. I mean, it's not terrible. This is where my maths is going to come into play as well. And then my luck. So this will come into play, obviously, in battles and things like that. I'll roll 1 dice and add 6. So come on, here we go. Ooh, dearie me. Okay, 6, 7, 8. Well, at least my skill's good. Okay. Alright, so Okay, so if we scroll through this, so this is basically explaining how battles work. We'll run that as we go. I think it's fairly self-explanatory. There's another thing in this book about escaping. God, I really am like 14. Okay, escaping, where you lose 2 stamina points if you want to escape, which is a thing in this book. Some of these books have different setups, so fighting more than one creature, you know, you can fight more. Might have to fight more than one creature. And luck in battles, obviously you can use your luck in battles. You have to test your luck on various occasions. Sometimes by rolling dice, you can use luck in battles to improve how much damage you do, or how much damage you receive. And this thing is kind of important in this one, which is restoring skill and stamina and luck. You can't restore your skill or stamina during the thing more than my initial one, which is why that's not brilliant, but you know, there you go. But in this one, in the Warlock, look, so you can't use more than one magic sword, but you get potions, and there are potions. There's a potion of skill, which will restore my skill to its initial level at any point. I've got a potion of stamina, which will restore my stamina to its original level at any point. It says it there, drinking the potion of strength, sorry, and the potion of luck, which means I get to increase my luck. Increase my luck by 1 point at the start. So I have to choose. And so in my haversack, which I like here how they put, you have a rucksack, haversack, or backpack, just in case you weren't sure what a rucksack was. So here I have to choose if I'm going for potion of skill, potion of strength, potion of fortune for my luck. And I'll be honest, I don't think I need to worry about my skill so much, unless I'm really going to lose skill. So basically, I think the most sensible thing to do is probably potion of strength. Unless anybody else has any ideas. I'll leave that hanging there for a minute. The other thing as well is here, I've also got to do... I've got provisions which can restore my health back by 4 each time. So I'm going to put... And I've got 10 here. So I'm going to give myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 provisions. And my potions goes in here. I get 2. Yeah, I don't know, Dave. Do you reckon I should... I'm thinking I'm going to go for potion of strength, right? That makes the most sense. Because I don't think I need to worry about skill, and maybe I might want to improve my luck slightly, but I don't know if I'm going to use luck that much. 8's okay. It's halfway, isn't it? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so let's crack on. So a potion of strength. I'll put potions strength here. I hope you guys can hear me okay. So it says here I got 2 of these. Yeah. There you go. So those are my potions. Okay. Now, one of the things it says here, which I never really used to do as a kid, which is it said you could draw a map. I don't think I'm going to bother. But I might choose... Luck adds to your luck. Yeah, that's true, Adrian, yeah. It does add to my luck. I'm going to chance it on my luck. And see how I get on with 8. It might work out. Yeah, so here it says you draw a map. I never used to do this as a kid, so I'm not really going to do it now. So this will be a wild go. And as I said previously, I'm going to do this as I would have done when I was a teenager. In which case, I'm going to keep my fingers in a lot of the pages, basically. Skip back, see how I get on. So yeah. Anyway. Right. So that's the adventure sheet. Alright. So you ready? Let's take this bad boy on. Alright, I'll say goodbye to you. Who needs a map? Well, yeah, I could use a map and stop having to put my fingers in the book, but I'm willing to take the chance. I might rue the day that I didn't do a map, and we'll come back to this later on. But we'll see. Anyway, here we go. Only a foolhardy adventurer would embark upon such a perilous quest without first finding out as much as possible about a mountain and its treasures. Before your arrival at the foot of Firetop Mountain, you spend several days with the townsfolk of a local village some 2 days' journey from the base. Being a likeable sort of person, thanks very much, you found it easy to get on with the local peasants, although they told many stories about the mysterious Warlock. The mysterious Warlock's sanctuary. You could not feel sure that all, or indeed any of these, were based on fact. The villagers had seen many adventurers pass through on their way to the mountain, but very few ever returned. The journey ahead was extremely dangerous. You would need... was extremely dangerous. That you knew for certain. Of those who returned to the village, none contemplated going back to Firetop Mountain. There seemed to be some truth in the rumours that the Warlock's treasure was stored in a magnificent chest with 2 locks, and the keys to these locks were guarded by various creatures within the dungeons. The Warlock himself was a sorcerer of great power. Some described him as old, others as young. Some said his powers came from an enchanted deck of cards, others from the silky black glove that he wore. The entrance was guarded by a pack of warty-faced goblins, stupid creatures, fond of their food and drink. Towards the inner chambers, the creatures became more fearsome. To reach the inner chambers, you would have to cross a river. The ferry service was regular, but the ferryman enjoyed a good barter, so you should save a gold piece for the trip. The locals also encourage you to keep a good map of your wanderings, for without a map you would end up hopelessly lost within the mountain. When it finally came to the day of leaving, the whole village turned out to wish you a safe journey. Tears came to the eyes of many of the women, young and old alike, and some of the men too, I'm sure. You couldn't help wondering whether they were tears of sorrow shed by eyes which would never see you alive again. Turn over. At last your 2-day hike is over. You unsheath your sword, lay it on the ground, and sigh with relief as you lower yourself down onto the mossy rocks to sit for a moment's rest. You stretch, rub your eyes, and finally look up at Firetop Mountain. The very mountain itself looks menacing. The steep face in front of you looks to have been savaged by the claws of some gargantuan beast. Sharp, rocky crags jut out at unnatural angles. At the top of the mountain you can see the eerie red colouring. Probably some strange vegetation which has given the mountain its name. Perhaps no one will ever know exactly what grows up there, as climbing the peak must surely be impossible. Your quest lies ahead of you. Across the clearing is a dark cave entrance. Yes, there it is. You pick up your sword, get to your feet, and consider what dangers may lay ahead of you. But with determination, you thrust the sword home into its scabbard and approach the cave. You peer into the gloom to see dark, slimy walls with pools of water on the stone floor in front of you. The air is cold and dank. You light your lantern and step warily into the blackness. Cobwebs brush your face. And you hear the scurrying of tiny feet. Rats, most likely. You set off into the cave. After a few yards, you arrive at a junction. Will you turn west or east? I like all the discussion about maps. Okay, so here we are. We are into the cave. And we have to decide whether we turn west or east. A completely arbitrary decision. We have no idea which way to go. Somebody says east. Now listen, if you know the way through this and you're giving me spoilers, then leave it to me, because I may... It's a good idea. It's a good idea to have a rule of thumb. Okay, so we're gonna go. I think that's fine. I don't have a problem with doing that. Okay, we're gonna go 278. Let's see, where's 278? Because we're gonna be about. Let's see, about here. Oh no, further on. 244. About here. 57. We'll get there. We'll get there. 278. Okay. It's a good rule of thumb to have just one direction to go through. I think that's quite wise. Although we'll see how we get on. The passageway soon comes to an end at a locked wooden door. You listen at the door, but hear nothing. Will you try to charge the door down? If so, turn to 156. If you would rather turn around and go back to the junction, turn to 92. I'm going to make a note here of the pages, that the numbers that I've been to. So I've gone from... Hang on, let's do this up here. So I've gone from 1... And it was 278, right? Yeah, 278. Okay. Will you try to charge the door down? Or would you rather turn around and go back to the junction? Doesn't give me much option, does it? Go back. Oh, okay. It does sound like it's a bit of a risk. I'm going to be honest. I think kick it down. Okay. I'm quite tempted to kick it down, but that does sound like it's going to get me into a lot of trouble straight away. But let's go for it. It's early days. It's early days. Let's take a risk at this stage, and then we'll tackle it. Okay. Alright, so we're going to charge the door. So I go to 156. A bit further. Oh, let's hope it's not that guy. So 215. Here we go. 156. You shoulder charge the door. Roll 2 dice. If the number is less than or equal to your skill score, you succeed. Oh, okay, okay. Charge! Oops. If the number rolled is greater than your skill, you rub your bruised shoulder and decide to turn back. Okay, so I've got to get less than 10. Sweet. Alright. I'm going to go to 343. It's going to be down here. Oh, God. Okay, 343. The door bursts open, and you fall headlong into a room. Your heart jumps as you realize you are not landing on the floor, but plunging down into a pit of some kind. Luckily, the pit is not particularly deep, and you land in a heap less than 2 meters down, Lose 1 stamina point. Okay. So that's our stamina at the moment, so we're down to 17. Climb out of the pit into the room and leave through the door, heading westward. What? Ah, what? We've got to go back to... We were going to go to 92 anyway. Oh, man. Okay, let's go to 92 then. Well, you see, the rule of thumb of heading east did not do me any favours that time. Okay. Here we go. You arrive back at the junction in the passage. You look left to see the cavern entrance in the dim distance. You walk straight on. Very good. 71. So I've on to 92. Now we're going to 71. There is a right-hand turn to the north in the passage. Cautiously you approach a sentry post on the corner. As you look in, you see a strange goblin-like creature in leather armor asleep at his post. Here he is. You try to tiptoe past him. Test your luck. If you are lucky, he does not wake up and remains snoring loudly. Turn to 301. If you are lucky, you step with a crunch on some loose ground and his eyes flick open. Okay. So I've got 8 here for my luck. So I've got to roll 2. I've got to get less than 8. Okay, 8 or less, I should say. Okay, and every time I test my luck, I have to lose 1 luck. So I'm now down to 7 luck. Dicey. Okay. Okay, so I was lucky, thankfully. Let's go to 301. I'll get there. Okay. 301. To your left, on the west face of the passage, there is a rough-cut wooden door. You listen at the door and can hear a rasping sound, which may be some sort of creature snoring. Do you want to open the door? If so, turn to 82. If you wish to press on northwards, turn to 208. Yeah, the artwork is amazing. I think, as I mentioned before, a lot of this artwork kind of inspired me as an illustrator as well in those days. Okay. I think we're going to open the door because, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Yeah, thanks, Adrian. So we're going to go to 82. Oh, man. Hang on, who gave me the advice to go east before? I'm going to open this door. We'll get to discussions of serious issues, but I think opening doors, we'll see how we get on. Just at the early stages, I feel like I've got a bit of stuff. I'm pretty skillful. I've got a bit of stamina under my belt. I should be okay, right? Oh, this looks intriguing. Okay. So we're at 82. The door opens to reveal a small, smelly room. In the center of the room is a rickety wooden table, on which stands a lit candle. Underneath the table is a small wooden box. Asleep on a straw mattress in the far corner of the room is a short, stocky creature with an ugly, warty face. The same sort of creature that you found asleep at the sentry post. Huh. You may either return to the corridor and press on northwards, turn to 208, or creep into the room and try to take the box without waking the creature. If you try to steal the box, test your luck. If you are lucky, he does not wake up. Yeah, I'm taking this treasure. Okay. Okay, this could go wrong. You never know. Right. So I'm going to test my luck. Yeah. Yeah, okay, we're going to test my luck. So I've got 7 luck. It's not the best start on the luck stakes now. Kind of 50-50, right? Whoo! Alright. Okay, we're down to 6. Been pretty lucky so far. Okay, I'm going to turn to 147 then. 147. Oh, gone way too far. Bear with me as I get to the right one. Aha, okay. Success. You leave the room and open the box in the passage. Inside, you find a single piece of gold and a small mouse, which must have been the creature's pet. Gold. 1. Let's draw a little gold coin. Ding, 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 ding. Hooray. You keep the coin and release the mouse, which scurries off down the passageway. Gain 2 luck points. Thank the Lord. Okay, we're back up to 8. And turn to 208. Alright, 208. Here we go. Further up the passage along the west wall, you see another door. You listen at it, but hear nothing. If you want to try opening the door, turn to 397. If you want to continue northwards, turn to 363. We've been pretty lucky so far. I'm going to take on these doors. I think we can handle doors. Who knows what could happen? 397 is a high number. 397. Let's go to 397. Let's open this door. This door creaks open. Here we go. Not quite. The door opens to reveal a small room with a stone floor and dirty walls. There is a stale smell in the air. In the center of the room is a makeshift wooden table, on which is standing a lit candle. Under the table is a small box. In the far corner of the room is a straw mattress. You may either open the box or leave the room. I gotta be honest, I would open the box. But we've been lucky this time. This is probably going to be a bad one. I get the feeling this is going to be a bad one. 240 or 363. Yeah, thanks, Adrian. As I say, at this stage in the game, I'm willing to take some risks. Later on, it might be more dicey, but I'm willing to take some risks. It's 240 or 363. I think I'm going to go for 240. Open the box. Come on. This, of course, being the precursor to Deal or No Deal. Got all his ideas from Choose Your Own Adventure, I'm sure. 240. Damn it. I knew it. Well, there you go. That was bound to happen at some point. The box is light, but something rattles within. Yeah, it's true. Something rattles within. You open the lid and a small snake darts out to bite at your wrist. You must fight the snake. Okay. So I'm going to fight the snake. Skill 5, stamina 2. This is a nice gentle start to our battles. Skill. So I'm going to put his skill in here. 5, stamina 2. And I've got skill 10. So I think I could take on a snake. But you never know. Maybe this could go all horribly wrong. So I'm going to roll my dice for... So I roll my dice for the monster. Since if you are not familiar with this, I'm going to roll my dice for the monster first, and then I add his skill. Then I roll the dice for me, and then I add my skill. And whichever one is the highest wins that contest. And you lose or win 2 points, 2 stamina points accordingly. So with one hit, I should be able to kill this snake. I'm going to roll this dice. If this snake bites me, I'm in trouble. Okay, 4 for the snake. So what's that? 9. And I've got 10, so I don't really need to roll the dice, do I? But I'll roll them just for the sake of it. Yeah, there you go. I smashed it. I trod on him. Poor little thing. Sorry. Okay. 1 snake defeated. Hey, Oakbound Studio. Hey, everybody check out Oakbound Studio. It is amazing. Are snakes edible? Good question. Let's find out. Okay, I'm at 240 here. Okay, 145. So I killed the snake. I kind of feel a bit bad about that. Oh my goodness, there he is. Look at that. That's lovely artwork. I should have come onto that before. There you go. The snake in a box. It's a lovely box. Okay, right. So, we're going to go to 145. Here we go. So 145 must be about here. Bingo. I'm getting better at this. The box has fallen to the ground during your fight with the snake, and out of it has fallen a bronze-coloured key. Adrian Baker. Someone maybe had some clues. With the number 99 carved into it. You take this key with you, note it on your equipment list, and leave the room. Okay, so this is a bronze key. Number 99. Like the flake. Okay. Oh, and I add 1 luck point. Add 1 luck point? I can't go higher with luck, can I? I'll leave that in the wind. Someone wants to tell me that I can go higher with luck, but I have a feeling I can't. That would take me higher. Okay. 363. This is like the equivalent of flipping through the book with your fingers. Try and find the right number. Oh, hello. This one. 363. Further up the passage on the west wall, you see another similar door. You listen at the door and grimace to hear the worst singing you have ever heard in your life. Do you want to go into the room and investigate this hideous din? Turn to 370, or walk on up the passageway. I mean, why wouldn't I want to listen to this beautiful singing? Maybe I could give them some lessons. I haven't got that as a skill on my adventure sheet, but it could be. Okay, we're going to go to 370. We're going to creak this door open. It's literally just here. 370. The door opens to reveal a small room. The room is dirty and unkempt. A straw mattress lies in one corner. In the centre of the room is a wooden table, upon which a candle burns, lighting the room with its flickering flame. A small box rests under the table. Seated around the table are two small creatures with warty skin, dressed in leather armor. They are drinking some sort of grog. And, by the way they stagger to their feet on your arrival, you assume they are drunk. You may either... Here they are. Yeah, they look pretty drunk. You may either draw your sword and leap forward at them, or slam the door quickly and run on up the passage. I'm going to take these drunk... What are they? Dwarves? No, what are they? Goblins. Creatures. Two small creatures. Okay, fine. I think I'm going to take these guys on. 116, right? Kill the gobbos. Sweet. Okay, here we go. Let's level up on this. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go to 116. I've already defeated the snake. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, here we go. 116. How much further back than that? Get in there. Yeah, here we go. Oh, they were orcs. That's very remiss of me to not be able to recognise the difference. I apologise to any orcs out there. The two drunken orcs you now face are obviously startled at your entrance, and as quickly as they are able, they fumble around for the weapons. You must attack each one in turn. Their drunkenness allows you to add 1 point to your dice roll when rolling to work out your attack strength during each round. So I've got 10 plus 1. Let's put a little plus 1 up here. Okay, so I've got 2 orcs. First orc is 5 and 4. Second orc is 5 and 5. Slightly, just ever so, well, basically similar skill levels to a snake, which I think is a little bit unfair on orcs. But there you go. Let's see how we get on. So I'm going to take on... What am I going to do here? I'm going to take on one orc. You must attack each one in turn. So I'm going to take on the first one, then the second one. Yeah, so I'll do it 1 and 1. Here we go. So the first orc. 5 plus... Oh, God. 5 plus 11. 5 plus 11, 16. So mind you, I just need 6 or more. There you go. He's down to 2. And now, second orc. 5 plus 5. So that's 10. So I'll roll for the sake of it. Yeah, I did alright. So he's down to 3. Right. First orc again. Am I not doing the combat right? I'm doing it one at a time. Or do I have to defend? Because sometimes you have to defend one, but it doesn't count as a I mean, here it just says you take them on one at a time. There are other game books where you have to like attack one. You think I should try and defeat one completely and then take on the other one? You must attack each one in turn. Yeah, I think it's alright. It's just 2 orcs, isn't it? I'm going to carry on like this. Unless anyone's horrified by the way I'm doing things. We'll take on the first orc again. 6 plus 5, 11. So I need 1 or more. Yeah, this guy's going down. This is going okay so far. And last orc is 3. Okay, 7 plus 5, 12. 2 or more. Alright. One more round. Let's take him down. Six plus 5, 11. One or more. Yeah, you see? These... Oh, look at that. That poor guy didn't last very long at all. Nicely done. If you win the battle, turn to 278. 278. Yeah. Oops. Well, that's a good question, Adrian. I think we attack each other in the same round. It's certainly in this book. Adrian's asking, when do they attack me? We attack each other in each round. So if he wins, then he hurts me. If I win, then I hurt him. There are ones where I think you attack and then you have to defend, but you don't get to hurt them. But I think at this stage, this is like the first book. I'm sure there's probably going to be some purists out there who might tell me I'm doing this wrong, but I think with this book, it's just a case of each round of attacks, one of us loses and one of us wins. I think. Oh, I've forgotten the number. 116, hang on. Was it 273? No. It's a good job I'm writing these things down. Uh, 378. Which must be right up here, I guess. Whoa, that's a good one. $378. You wipe your bloodied sword on the mattress. The green blood leaves a slimy stain on the straw. That's a bit excessive. Stepping over the bodies towards the table, you flinch at the foul stench of the creatures. You pick up the box from under the table and examine it. It is a small wooden box with crude hinges. The name Fariggio di Maggio is inscribed on a brass nameplate on its lid. If you wish to open the box, turn to 296. If you decide to leave it behind and leave the room, turn to 42. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think it's pretty straightforward. This one to me is a pretty clear let's open the box. Tell you what, they've got a lot of boxes in this mountain. Firetop Mountain, known for its boxes. Fariggio di Maggio. 296. Here we go. Oh, next one. Oh, here we go. Wow. Okay. Let's change this music slightly. The box contains a small leather-bound book entitled The Making and Casting of Dragonfire. You open the pages and begin to read. Fortunately, it is written in your own language. That is fortunate. And so was probably not understood by the orcs. Otherwise, this treasure would certainly not be as loosely guarded as it was. The book is written in tiny handwriting by Fariggio di Maggio. On it he tells the story of his life's work, the creation of the Dragonfire spell, with which to fight evil dragons. Evil dragons. You read how, in his last years, Fariggio finally perfected his spell, but by then was too old to make use of it. So he completed his book, locked it in a chest, and hid it in the depths of Firetop Mountain. Afraid that it might fall into the wrong hands, the last page reads. And so, you who now hold this book,
You have my life's work in your hands. The power of destruction is yours if you wish it, but do not waste it. Unless you use the spell for the purpose for which it was intended, you shall be consumed by evil itself and die by the fire from your own hands. Remember, only when the dragon breathes its fire at you should you raise your arms and say, Ekil Erif, Ekam Erif, Erif Erif, Dimaggio. You say these words slowly and softly. Suddenly the page seems to glow, and as this glow disappears, so do the words on the pages of the book. You repeat the spell to yourself to memorize it, and leave the room. Turn to 42. It's true. It's good that we had plenty of time to read the autobiography of Faggio. Okay, look, I'm going to make a note of this. So this is going on my equipment. I don't have spells here, do I? No, okay. So we're going to go for Dragonfire. I'm going to put this in my Dragonfire spell. And I'm going to make a note of the page number so that if we need to come back to cast this spell... Those poor orcs. Well, if we need to come back and cast this spell, we know that we have to come back to 296. Alright. Okay. Let us continue on. 42. Oh, what could possibly be there? Meaning of life, perhaps. I don't know if I'm going to make a note of the lyrics. Yes, that's it. That's right. That's right, Oakman Studios. Eki Eki Patang. I vaguely remembered it. I'm sure if we get to the situation where I need it... I'm sure if we get to the situation where I come across a dragon and I just start saying Eki Eki Patang, I'm sure that'll do just fine. You eventually arrive at the end of the passage. At a three-way junction, you may turn either to the west or to the east. At a three-way junction because I'm... Well, okay, fine. Okay, last time we turned east and it was a bad idea. So I would suggest we turn east. What do we know? Let's see what happens. We're going to go turn east. 113. Here we go. Oh, I didn't make a note of that. Okay, 113. Oh, it's 42, wasn't it? Of course it was. 113. You arrive at another junction in the passage. You may either go northwards, 285, or continue eastwards. Who knows? Let's get it. We're going to go. Let's carry on going east. See if we can right the wrongs of going east before. 78. Here we go. The passage ends at a solid wooden door with metal hinges. Listening at the door, you hear strange mutterings and the clatter of what could be pots and pans. Whatever is in there. There are several of them. Do you want to go through the door or turn back? I mean... Turn back. We haven't faced anything really dire yet. Okay, it's 50-50 vote here. I'm quite tempted to go in. I still feel like it's kind of early days. Yeah, I'm quite tempted to go in. And the thing is, I always feel like you've got to take some risks early on, because
Because then you get further in and you're like, did you have the flute of Marjorie? And you're like, oh, what? Where the hell was the flute of Marjorie? It's probably going to be several orcs. Yeah, exactly, Oakbound. I've got 8. I mean, I've got 8. You missed the beginning, but I didn't do terribly well on the luck roll. Or the stamina roll, frankly. I'm just riding my skill at the moment. We're going to go in, guys. We are going to go in. Let's get some drama in the place. So I'm going to go to 159. Here we go. Hold on to your butts. It's going to be halflings making soup. Yeah, probably. 128, 128. Yeah, look at this list. Oh no, okay, I thought that was us. Thank the Lord. Ooh, okay. Oh no, I'll get there in the end. 159. Oof. Here we go. You open the door into a large room, which can only be the dining room of some of the same warty-faced creatures you now recognise. Sitting round a large table of 5 orcs busily drinking and dribbling their bowls of rat gizzard soup. Are all involved in a rowdy argument as to who will get to chew the rat bones left in the large soup cauldron, so they do not see you enter. You may be bold and prepared to attack them, or you may not relish the prospect of taking on 5 of these creatures and try to escape. If you wish to leave the room, test your luck. If you are lucky, you get out without them noticing. There is no penalty for escaping this time. If you are unlucky, they notice you. Oh, crumbs. Okay, guys. I've changed my mind. I'm going to test my luck here. I get that. I just sort of feel like 5 orcs might just be a little bit too many to take on. Exactly. Good job. My luck score's so good. I mean, I might as well test my luck, frankly, because if I lose, then I'm going to have to take them on anyway. Okay, here we go. Let's... 8 or less. 8 or less. 8 or less. Whoo! 8. Oh, thank the Lord. Okay. All right. Phew. So we're going to go... I get out without noticing, so I'm going to go to 237. Without them noticing. All right. I should never have gone in there, Dave. You're quite right. Okay. So we're going to go back to... We're going to go to 237, which is... Let's see. Here we go. You move swiftly down the passage and arrive back at the junction. Now turn northwards this time, you silly fool. So we're going to 285. Oops. 285. Here we go. Thank you, Lady Libra. You see a well-used door on the right hand, east side of the passageway. With your ear to the keyhole, you listen and hear a man screaming for help inside. Will you open the door? Turn to 213 or walk on. Turn to 314. Could be a trap. Before you guys, I mean, before you walk on, but the poor man's screaming for help. You're heartless, Adrian. 285. I like how you guys are just like Dave and Adrian are completely opposed in their opinions of things. I think it's good to have a good balanced chat. I would say it's nice to see. We're gonna go for 213. I'm gonna take my chances. Could be a vampire. Oh, look at that! What are the chances of that? As soon as that came in the chat, and a bat shows up. But luckily, it's not that. Two, 1, 4. Wait a minute. I'm making a mistake here, aren't I? 285. 264, 264, 274. This is why I have to take notes. 213. That's what I should be going for. 227, 227, 222. 213. Oops. The door is locked. You may try to charge it down by rolling 2 dice. If the number rolled is equal to or less than your skill score, the door bursts open. Turn to 36. If the number is greater than your skill score, the door remains locked, and you lose 1 stamina point for your bruised shoulder. You must progress up the passageway. I think this is a pretty good chance. 213. I've got to get less than 10. That's less than 10. Hey, I've just realised when I was taking on the orcs, I had +1 on skill as well. Not that it made much difference. So I'm going to go to 36. Here we go. $36. Well, now you see, I recognise this image. I suspected it might have something to do with this guy. Doesn't look too happy. The locked door bursts open, and a nauseating stench hits your nostrils. Inside the room, the floor is covered with bones, rotting vegetation, and slime. A wild-haired old man, clothed in rags, rushes at you, screaming. His beard is long and grey, and he is waving an old wooden chair leg. He is simply insane. Is he simply insane as he appears, or has this been some kind of trap? You may either shout at him to try and calm him down, or draw your sword and attack him. Yeah, let's look at that artwork. I'm going to shout at this man. I'm going to shout at this guy. And see what happens. So I'm going to shout at him. Let's stick with that. So it's 263. 263. Yeah, I definitely need a conversation with a person like this. This is exactly what I need on my quest to get to the top of Firetop Mountain and defeat the Warlock. 263, 264. Hey. You shout, "You are freed, old man," at the top of your voice. Instantly, his rantings cease. He stops dead in his tracks and sinks to the floor, weeping loudly. Ah, the weeping loudly. There we go. This music might work for this. As he gradually composes himself, he thanks you many times. You talk with him in the hope of discovering some of the secrets of the mountain, and he begins to tell his story. Many years ago, he was an adventurer like you, in search of the Warlock's treasure. He was captured by the orcs and thrown into his solitary cell as a sort of pet for the creatures. You ask whether he would like to accompany you into the mountain. But he simply wants to leave and see the world again. You ask him for advice,
but he says he knows little. He advises you to pay your respects to the boatman. He tells you that you must pull the right-hand lever on the wall ahead to open the iron gate at the end of the passage. He has also learned that the keys to the boathouse are guarded by a man and his dog. You shake hands, leave the room, and go your separate ways. Add 1 luck. Oh, I can add 1 luck. That's good. Oh. Yeah. It's always a good idea in difficult situations to just shout at people. And as we can see here, the results really speak for themselves. So, we need to make a couple of notes here, right? Where can I put this? Let's put this on the side on my monster chart. So we've got to go. He advised you to pay respects to the boatman. So I need to give so boatman, good. Give him the gold. Respect boatman. Let's put that. Respect boatman. I mean, that sort of stands to reason. I've got a gold coin, which is a good sign. Pull the right lever. I think that's going to be fairly quickly resolved. And he also learned that the keys to the boathouse. Yeah, thanks for that's it, Dave. Nice one. Boathouse, man, and dog. Gotcha. Boathouse, man, and dog. Cool. Well, thank you, old wizened old man. We're going to go to 314 now. Forgot key? Ah, sorry, yeah. Key boathouse. Boathouse key. I'll know what it means. Okay. 314, here we come. Let's leave this rolling. 314. Bingo. Further up the passage, you see a door in the east wall. You listen hard, but can hear no sound. Do you want to open the door to investigate? If so, turn to 223. If you want to walk further up the passage, turn to 300. Well, there's clearly nothing wrong with this door. 223. What could possibly go wrong behind a silent door? Slightly. There's so many doors. Yeah, open it. There's so many doors that you kind of start to lose a bit of track, and you kind of think, am I on the right number? Have I forgotten the right number? Ah, the door is firmly locked. You may try to force it open, or you may continue along the corridor. It's my skill, right? It's going to be my skill to open this locked door. So let's take on the door. 53. $43. 52. 53. Yeah, here we go. You charge the door, hitting it squarely with your shoulder. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is equal to your or less than your skill score, the door opens. Turn to 155. If the number exceeds your skill score, the door shudders but does not budge, and you wince in pain as you hit the door. Lose 1 stamina point and continue up the corridor. Okay, so I need to get 10 or less. Yeah, smash. We're just taking down the doors. The poor guys who have to come back and fix all these doors later on, they're going to be really cross. 155. They call him the Bane of the Carpenters.
torn hams, the bane of the carpenters. 155. Blimey. The door splits along its length, and you can wrench the timber apart to let yourself in. A torch hangs. Just imagine if this was like seen from the perspective of the Warlock, and this guy going around smashing all his doors. Well, there you go. A torch hangs from one wall, lighting up a small armory room. Let's leave the artwork there. Lighting up a small armory room stocked with swords, shields, helmets, daggers, breastplates, and the like. You examine the weaponry and find nothing appearing superior to your own sword. However, a circular iron shield with a golden crescent at its centre catches your eye. You pick it up and feel its weight on your arm. If you wish to take this shield, it will aid you in battles by helping to fend off wound damage inflicted by a creature on you. If, in future, during a battle in which you are using this shield, a creature wounds you, you may throw 1 dice. If you throw a 6, the creature inflicts only 1 point of damage instead of a normal 2. If for some reason the creature would normally only inflict 1 point of damage, then a successful roll of 6 would mean that no damage is done. However, the shield is heavy and you will have to leave behind 1 item of your equipment. Adjust your equipment list. You be able to carry it. I've only got 2 things, a key and a spell. I'm not going to leave the key behind. Well, wait. Now, there were some things. Yeah, but you see, strictly speaking, what number is this? 155. Strictly speaking, I've got a couple of other things on my in my inventory, which, if I'm gonna, this is where it's playing a bit fast and loose with the rules slightly, perhaps. I think I did say at the beginning of this that I will do this to the best of my ability, but if there's some sort of a bit of leeway, I might take it. But if I quickly look, this is my equipment and potions. Let's see, have I got anything here? I've got a sword and leather armor. And I've got a lantern. No, you see, I've got nothing. I've got a bare minimum of equipment. I could lose some rations. Yeah, that's a good thought. That seems pretty fair, right? Okay. Because they are, what do they count as? 1 item? Are we saying that I could drop 1 ration and pick up a sword? That seems a little bit rich. This is going to be one of those decisions that I'm going to rue later. Let's say, let's find this 155 again. It comes with that. It's this one, isn't it? I'm also slightly confused about how this shield works, but that's by the by. I'm going to, I've got a potion of strength. So I'm going to dump, I'm going to be absolutely fair about it. I think this is me being pretty fair. I'm going to dump 2 provisions. I'm going to so regret this. I'm going to so regret this. Okay. Okay, so this is 155. Let's put this down. Okay, so this is a shield. It's a heavy shield. I can't spell shield. I-E-L-D. Alright. 155. Okay, so I leave the room and I turn to 300. I'm making a note of 155 so I come back here if I feel like I need it. In future, during a battle in which you are using the shield, a creature wounds you, you may throw 1 dice. If you throw a 6, the creature inflicts only 1 point of damage instead of 2. So it's like having a better luck roll. Right? It's like having an extra luck roll, which is a kind of good, because I need that for battles, because my luck's not good. Okay, here we go. 300. Whee. Here we go. Oops. On the east wall of the passage, you see another door, this time made of solid metal. Listening at the door, you hear the sound of tortured screams coming from within. If you wish to try opening the door, turn to 102. If you decide to ignore this room, continue up the corridor. I'm going to open the door. I'm too inquisitive. That's my problem with these books. I just want to know, if you throw a mystery at me, I want to know what's happening. I want to know the answer. 102. I ran out of fingers trying to play these books when I was a kid. Ignore. At some point, I am going to ignore a door, but at the moment, that's not what's going to happen. I should say at this point, for those watching, I may not get to the end of this. In fact, my plan is to run this and for, like I say, for about an hour and a half, and then I'm going to have to go. But then I will come back to this at another time, and we will take this adventure on. So I won't get to the end of this today. But hopefully, if you want to subscribe or follow on YouTube and stuff, then I'll keep updated on when things are going to happen. I'll put like schedules on for when future broadcasts will be. So hopefully you should be able to latch on whenever I carry this on, because I could be doing this for hours, and frankly, at the moment, I don't have the time. But I would much as I would love to. Anyway, so we will crack on for another few minutes, and then we'll leave it at a decent denouement. All right. So the door is not locked and opens. The room in front of you seems to be a small torture chamber. Oh, charming. With various torture devices around the walls. In the centre of the room, two small, hunchbacked creatures are having their fiendish way with a dwarf. What on earth does that mean? Who is tied to a hook in the ceiling by his wrists. The two hunchbacks are poking and cutting him viciously with their swords. The dwarf lets out a final scream and falls silent, eyes closed. His captors make disappointed noises and look round angrily at you, as if it were your fault that the dwarf has collapsed. You must act quickly. Will you close the door quickly and continue up the corridor? Oops. Draw your sword to fight the creatures, or stride over to the dwarf, give him a jab with your sword, and put on an evil laugh for the torturers. Well, that's extremely tempting. Oh man, no! I tell you what. Look, well, I mean, I really want to fight them, but the tempting prospect of doing an evil laugh. I'm definitely not closing the door. It's going to be fight them or do the evil laugh. No, because you see, do you know what? I think this dwarf is going to be alive or something, isn't he? And he's going to recover. And then I'll have missed an opportunity to make friends with a lovely dwarf. So I'm going to take on the evil torturers. I did think, actually, there might be a time when I'll take this... Well, I'll do these books and I will just take wild and reckless decisions and see where it takes me. Anyway, let's go to 19 and we'll do this. And then we'll see where that leaves us. 19. Ah, they're goblins. Meh. Okay. Okay. 2 goblins. They attack you one at a time. 5. 1 goblin, 1, 5, and 5. I mean, there's far too much space here, really, isn't there, for a 5 stamina goblin. And the second goblin, 5 and 6. Here we go, guys. We're gonna make this the last battle, I think. It's a walkover. So far, it's been pretty easy. Look at that one underneath. 4 dwarves. Okay. Goblin number 1. 5. Plus. Ooh, 5 plus 10. 15. So I need 5 or more. Ooh! Oh dear. Okay. So it begins. So I'm down to 15. Okay, well, he's obviously a better fighter than I thought. Right. Let's try the other goblin then. I'm going to take on the other goblin one at a time. Ooh, 9. 14. Oops. 14, so I need 4 or more. Whoo! It's a tie. These guys are good. Ah, shield! Shield, 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 shield. Okay, so we'll go back to the previous one, right? I'll roll the shield, see if I lose. Okay, I'm going to roll the shield, you're right. No, I didn't get a 6. This time it's a draw. Okay, 5 plus 9 again. That's this guy. 5 plus 9, so 14. I need 4 or more. Phew! Okay, 3. Shield, shield, shield! Thanks, Dave. It's good to have you on board. Okay. 3. Okay, well, that one. I'll roll. Let's roll. Let's roll. Oh, I've lost it. 6. Okay. So he's down to 4. This guy, 5. Got an 8. So I need, yeah, 3 or more. That'll do it. So he's down to 1. 5 plus 6, I need 1. Well, that's easy. Okay, so he's down to 2. Skill 10 against these 5s. It's not proving too difficult. 5 plus 9 again. That's 14. Yeah. That's 1 goblin gone. Ooh, 10 plus 5. Okay. Ooh, it's a tie. These guys are putting up some kind of fight. Oh my lord. 11. So I need 6 or more. Hang on, let's add a bit more drama. 6 or more. Phew! 7. He's done. Should be doing this really, shouldn't I? There you go. Brilliant. Skull and crossbones. Okay. We done it. Phew. Okay. So let's go to 317 then, and we'll see where that leaves us for today. 317. 317. Okay, yeah, here we go. You cut down the dwarf. He is, as you guessed, dead. Oh dear. I should have chosen the melancholy music.
Going through the pockets of the two goblins, you find a large piece of sweet-smelling cheese. Oh, brilliant. If you used to take this with you, put it in your pack and leave the room northwards. Turn to 301. Okay, we're going to take the cheese. It's cheese. Oh, who wouldn't want to take cheese? All right, let's quickly see what's on 303. And then I think clank. We'll call it a day. 303. Yeah, here we go. There you go. Let's leave the image on there as well, since it's on the last. We're on the last one. You arrive at the end of the passage, where it meets another going east. 303. Let's do this. Going east-west. But an iron portcullis blocks your way, and no amount of charging is going to budge it. On the wall to your right are two levers. And it seems likely that these levers have something to do with raising the portcullis. Do you wish to pull the right lever or the left lever? Well, I think we know the answer to this, right? Okay, guys. Well, we know the answer to this, but we're going to have to bear this in mind when I start next time. Look, I'll underline it. Look, right lever. It's the right lever because it's the right lever. And we will leave it here. Anyway, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much for your patience on my starting. I will, as I say, leave this up, all being well, and so you can watch it back if you want, and I will post us an update on the schedule if you subscribe of when I will then follow up this challenge either next week or maybe the week after that. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, guys. And I should say, all this music is stuff that I've put on here, so that's all my own stuff. And obviously these books are by the brilliant artwork and the brilliant writing of Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone. So full credit to those guys. And yeah, thanks very much for coming along. Hopefully see you again next time. Anyway, I'll see you guys.